Hey everybody, welcome to Snow Talk. Yeah, once again, the headline is more storm talk and warm weather. It figures. Maybe I jinxed it by switching the title over. Who knows? Anyway, let's go through the monitoring board right off the bat. I will say I was debating on this one. I am still keeping it as one system of interest. Our monitoring board is basically, I'm trying to limit it to just 14 days out. Okay? There is that same system that we are watching. My confidence has dropped, and you'll see why in a second on that system. I'm not going to take it off the board entirely just yet. I don't want to react to one suit of models here. I want to give it time and then trend it and decide from there. But beyond the 14-day, there's several systems of interest, but I don't go crazy here and go off the chart. You guys know that if I see anything exciting I want to talk about it, go crazy. But I got to keep it within my range. So for right now, it stands as 1. Leaving it at that. 76 right now here in Louisville. Whew, it's nice. 75 at Fort Knox, 73 in E-Town. Record is 80, and we still have a chance. We have a window here, about 2 hours, that we could hit that 80-degree mark. I'm not going to rule it out. And the breaks in the clouds, and we're noticing even more now developing near Radcliffe, more developing west of Litchfield, and all that is moving into Louisville. So that may very well pass over Louisville International in the sensor and be just enough, combined with that south wind that's moving in to get us to that 80-degree mark. We'll see how it goes. All right. Otherwise, we're tracking some showers. Going to mainly impact our northern counties if they do at all. It'll be mainly for Indianapolis, but some showers moving through. This is kind of a warning shot, if you will. Prefrontal activity of rainfall that is now moving out across Missouri into Illinois and Indiana. The models hinted this back and forth. A lot of them disintegrated, really, by this afternoon. But as you can see on the radar trends, that's not happening. So this is good for us when it comes to severe weather because it likely will help reduce this activity that's had a chance to get going behind it with the main boundary here. So our severe risk looks even lower. It's already low, but this rain batch moving through this evening may help us out even more. So we'll see how this plays out this evening with this batch and how much it disintegrates, like the models keep suggesting it will. But as you can see on the radar, the northern edge is trying to, but the main part to the south has not really done so much. The way this is set up, we've got the actual cold front, the one that's going to give you the colder air, the cooler air, is located back here across Kansas and Nebraska. This is more of a wind shift or a dry line basically moving through Oklahoma and Kansas. We will feel the effects of the dry line tomorrow around midday. So that's why even though the front moves through or the boundary moves through at midday tomorrow, the sun may come out at times, try to break through the clouds, but it's not going to cool off rapidly at all. Not until the actual cold front moves in, and that's going to take until sometime on Saturday, the way it's looking now, early Saturday morning. So overall, it's a step-down process to cool things down the way it is beginning to look. Active, though, right now along that boundary, that wind shift that's taking place. We've got some several severe thunderstorm warnings in effect across Oklahoma especially. That is where the slight risk has been issued for this evening. If you notice, it has a funny shape to it. It's a V shape, really. Arcs its way back into southwest Kentucky, and that is because this batch here that may not disintegrate, SBC feels there's a chance it may try to generate enough. There's enough wind energy later on that this could produce by closer to midnight maybe some stronger wind gusts and a few warnings in this area. So I can understand that. And why it dips down here is because the rain-cooled air has eliminated that area of the Show Me State. And this is only a short-term slight risk for what's going on now. So you can see the trend, what's happening. Because of this batch of rain, it's really going to be this area, I think, tonight that really will see anything as far as strong or severe, even tomorrow morning. And they do have us officially under a marginal for tomorrow, but I think it will be just that, marginal. The boundary is going to become a little more east-west oriented, and that is not a very favorable position for a front to be in when it comes to severe weather. So the more it tilts east-west and becomes more horizontal, and that will happen by the afternoon, that will lessen the degree of anything strong or severe. So not a big deal. That's the sum of all of that. So let's track it on Futurecast. You'll see overnight or this evening, those showers around our northern counties initially before they dry up. And then we'll get really warm and windy overnight. We've mentioned this before. Temperatures will rise likely overnight tonight. And that warm flow may help generate some pop-up showers ahead of the main line itself. I would say close to 2 or 3 in the morning. That's a possibility. But as the line moves through, it's going to be very broken. It's hard to determine who's going to get the stronger activity because it depends on that blob in Missouri and how this is all going to evolve. At least the RPM model here suggesting that the southern edge may be able to fire up enough to give some heavier rain and thunder as we head into early on Friday morning. But otherwise, again, this is not going to be a big deal. Broken line of showers more than anything, not much lightning or thunder with this. And again, as I mentioned, this is going to be a dry line scenario, basically moving through our wind shift, I should say, that pushes in. So we're going to stay fairly warm in the afternoon, but the clouds are going to hold tough. And here's a problem, is some of the models are trying to stall the front out over Tennessee. And if that happens, Saturday may be mostly cloudy at times, especially over central and southern Kentucky. I'm trying to look over that data now to determine how cloudy it will be. This could affect homecoming for the Hilltoppers, by the way, because even some data is suggesting some showers may linger near Bowling Green early in the day on Saturday. We'll, again, fine-tune that just in time for the newscast this evening. But it may keep the clouds off and on throughout the area. And cool, we expected at 50s, but it may not be the pretty blue sky we were hoping for on Saturday, depending on how far south this front can go and dry the atmosphere out. And again, today's trends have been to slow it down and stall it out over Tennessee. We'll monitor it. All right, tonight, this is the wind shear, and anything over 40 can produce severe weather, and you can see there's quite a bit of, this is good wind shear, and this doesn't go all the way to tomorrow morning. This indice you can only see out 6 hours, so it's basically in the zone here where we got warnings in effect, and helicity is about 200. That's not too bad. So there is some ability for a few tornado warnings to get issued. I wouldn't rule it out for some rotation, and that may even impact maybe Paducah into Memphis later on tonight. We'll see, but it should not be a factor for us. That's what I want to stress. But here's the big negating factor is the lack of instability. And you see the blue here? This is where the atmosphere has already been rain-cooled and capped out with that rain blob moving through Missouri. They've broke back out in sun now because it's the heating of the day, so good timing for them, or bad timing, and that's why the storms have regenerated. But again, that rain-cooled air, if that rain shower holds together as it moves east later on tonight, that will really mitigate anything behind it. So that is the latest on that. As far as rain totals, do want to mention real quick, not overly impressive. I mean, the RPM model, you saw such a broken line, it gave us less than a tenth of an inch. Some of you were a little more. I would say the potential is there for some to get maybe just a few hundredths to maybe about a quarter to at the most a half inch. A half inch only if you get a cluster of thunderstorms. Most of us think it'll be that tenth to quarter inch range, so not a lot of rain out of this. But we're not in a drought anymore, so we're okay. All right, then as we get into Sunday and Monday, still seeing signs of this on the Euro, and even some of the other short-range models showing this now, that this little trough will move through. How far north these showers can go. Monday is kind of questionable, but it does look cloudy Monday, and a shower chance, especially for Kentucky, so it looks a little cool there for Monday. It moves back quick, so we'll get back into some warmer weather and some partly sunny skies, at least, by the time we get into Tuesday. Then we get into our storm, our system to watch as we head into next week. Notice the confidence level here on this being a wintry significance. That's what I'm putting the confidence on, is a 2 on a scale of 1 to 10. So this is really dropped from a 4. The low pressure is forecast now to mainly track much more to the north. The southeast ridge, it looks like it's going to be a little stronger, and the indices are aligning with that as well compared to yesterday. So this is likely going to take it a little more to the north, which is what the GFS actually was hinting at first, by the way. And then the cold air that comes in behind it on Friday the 13th. Yeah, it's chilly air, probably upper 40s, over 50s, but anything wintry, no, it's going to be limited closer to the low pressure. But again, it's only one round of model suites here that have changed today, so that's why I'm not going to take it off the item of interest just yet, just in case the upper level low is a little more to the south in Prague. But with that southeast ridge, I'm really beginning to doubt that. All right, so here it is on the models on the wider view. Again, these are the deterministic models, the ones a lot of you look at or get shared a lot, and these are the ensembles of the models that kind of smooth out all the problems. This is for basically Monday, Tuesday of next week. You can see that the GFS, sorry about that, let me clear that out. The GFS has that low pressure up to the north. The Euro is slower, but the Euro has a tendency, anything that gets ejected out of the Rockies, especially the southern Rockies, the Euro has a tendency to be really slow at that, slower than it should be. So I think the GFS is probably more accurate on that end of things. The Canadian also has a tendency to be a little slow there. And then as we head into, we don't have an ensemble yet for displayed for the Canadian. You can see how the Euro takes the main core to the north. And GFS, a little bit of a dip here, but the southeast ridge, I think, strong enough to keep anything drastic from happening in our area. Then we get into, real quickly, just a hint at, say, the 15th through the 17th. A piece of energy develops here in the southern branch of the jet stream, another piece in the northern, and they try to phase together. This is the GFS. Ural can't see that far out just yet, but it is hinting that something may be developing and maybe a phasing down the road near the 20th. It's a possibility, although my gut feeling, I still think Thanksgiving week is going to be a week to watch for us. Thanksgiving week. But we may see something before it, but I think Thanksgiving week. That's it for right now, guys. See you later.